ND on. Let's do a LUT, halation, and some film grain. That looks nice. This is OpenCam, Open Gate, 4x3 in Apple log. I'm actually up here on Mount Wellington finishing the tutorial for the new OpenCam update, so make sure you check that out. But I thought I would take 5 minutes out to do something slightly different, because if you are a subscriber to the channel, you will have noticed that earlier in the year there was a flurry of activity, weekly videos, all was going well. And then over the last 6 weeks, I think I did one video released a week ago on a lens protection, lens cap. And last week I was looking at my screen time report. I was averaging like 4 hours a day on this 16 Pro Max. And I realized, yes, I have a problem. I am addicted to this thing, and I shouldn't be. I promised myself I wouldn't, because my favorite book is The Shallows by Nicholas Carr, What the Internet's Doing to Our Brain. I've read Hooked and Irresistible. I'm aware of the Stanford Fogg class where they use behavioral psychology to hijack our attention and get us hooked to tech. And I'm very critical of it. There's no TV in our household, no screen time for our children. So I'm full of aware that they're addictive, and I just assumed, oh, I'm buying them for the cameras. Yeah, 15 Ultra, I'll get that for the camera. S25 Ultra, iPhones. Just interested in the camera. I don't give a shit about iOS or Android or AI features. Just interested in cameras. But the issue occurs when I put my SIM card in the phone, and then for the last 6 weeks I should have been making content because I'm trying to turn this into an income of some sorts to support my family. But in 6 weeks, one video, something's gone very wrong. And then when I break down the 4 hours a day, it's just mindless consumption of shit. There's nothing good in it. There's nothing enriching. I'll sit down to figure out how to update the firmware on an old gimbal so I can make a video on gimbals. That lasts for 3 minutes, and then 2 hours later, I've just watched an endless stream of shit. And it's not good, so I need to do something about it if I am going to take this YouTube thing seriously and hopefully build the channel, find ways to generate income from it so I can support my family. So I thought, enough is enough. I need to find, for lack of a better word, a dumb phone. I don't do self-restraint. I need to go cold turkey, otherwise it's not going to happen. So it reminded me that years ago I bought this phone called the Mudita Pure. It's a little e-ink phone with the lowest SAR in the world, output very little radiation, and it was great. I was happy back then. I wasn't checking the phone, it didn't have maps. I was discovering the world like they used to just by reading street signs and writing down directions, and it was fantastic. So I thought, what are they up to? Mudita Pure was good, but it had issues with reception because I was sort of in a remote-ish area. So a lot of the time I couldn't get calls or texts, so I moved back to the iPhone as well as for work. Anyway, I checked their website and they just released a new, larger screen phone called the Mudita Kompakt. And I was about to buy it, and then I thought, well, actually I don't have money to buy it. It's just going on the credit card. Why don't I write to them and see if they'll send me one? I explained my issue of suffering from smartphone addiction, and this phone looks perfect, and I have a YouTube channel about smartphones, and I would share my experiences with my audience if they were positive after, say, a month of use. Not expecting them to reply because no one ever replies to my emails, but amazingly someone there did reply, and they didn't even ask for the video any details. They just said, yeah, we'd be interested in hearing your experience. And this is it here. This is the Mudita Kompakt. It's an e-ink display. It makes calls, it sends text messages. There's no internet, there's no browser on it, there is no email. You can sideload apps, but I'm not going to. What's cool is it actually has a camera in it. Look at that beautiful low refresh e-ink display with a camera. I think it's 8 megapixels, but it does exactly what you need from a phone. It can take a call, it can make a call, and it can send text messages, and that's it. It even has a physical offline switch. So when I go in offline mode, it's in airplane mode. It's not transmitting, it's not broadcasting, completely offline. I love it. So consider this an experiment. I'm going to give this 4 weeks from today. Today I took the SIM out of the iPhone, I put it in here. I'm ditching the iPhone and the other smartphones as phones. I'll use them for the cameras only, which was always the plan. And I'm going to see, do I become more productive? What do I do with that extra 4 hours a day? I think I'm going to start reading again. I'd like to learn more about the First World War because I just don't think the Germans bear sole responsibility for it. But anyway, that's to be determined. I'm going to read, I'd like to learn German, and most importantly, I'd like to just make videos. I'm going to stop consuming shit and start creating it, and I'm going to report back in 4 weeks, and hopefully you should just see an improvement in the channel. Instead of 1 video every 6 weeks, I'll aim for 2 a week maybe, famous last words. And yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes. I still am struggling. I'm sort of wondering, have I had any emails or DMs, or has anyone left a comment on one of my videos? Please like and subscribe, by the way. After this, we'll just be back to straight smartphone filmmaking, but of course you're getting some of that now. 4x3 OpenGate on the iPhone, Apple, Log, Gloat, Lot, I mean, come on. It's still smartphone filmmaking here. Anyway, I'll report back in 4 weeks, let you know how it goes, and let me know, do you suffer from smartphone addiction? I bet you do. Everyone does. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you want to save 15% off anything from Mudita, they gave me a code, it's in the description. It's not affiliate, I don't earn anything for it, but I used it myself to buy this little green silicone case, as well as the glass screen protector for it. All right, enough of my yakking. I'll report back in 4 weeks, and prior to that, we'll be back to smartphone filmmaking tutorials and reviews. Thanks for watching. Bye.